Hey, Walking Dead heads. Thank you for joining in the break. Excuse me. I always flub this up. Thank you for joining us for the Broken Dead today. Tonight we are talking Season 11, Episodes 18 and 19 of The Walking Dead. So stay tuned. We got some news, teasers, and speculation about what's to come for you. This is The Broken Dead. Alright guys, I am Dylan.
Hi, I'm Quin.
And once again, thanks for joining us today, whether you're new to the show or returning. Glad to have you along for the ride. And I hope that you will join us every Sunday night, Central Standard Time, 10 p.m.-ish.
Ish.
Don't look at your clock right now. Technical difficulties, folks. It's a one-man show here. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Like I'm the crew.
There we go. All right. Hi.
Quin carries everything else, though.
It is a team effort.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon so you know when we drop new videos, when we go live, and all that fun stuff. And don't forget to check out the website at www.broken.pictures.com. Whoop whoop. Special notes, just this is a special quarantine episode. Excuse me, I've got my...
As you can tell from that cough, it's Dylan this time and not me.
Yeah. So if I like break out into a coughing fit and have to leave the room, Quin, just do your thing.
Okay.
you have the floor.
Right.
So I'm drinking my special concoction of like Emergency and Mio and all these little things to get me going. I've taken a Dayquil and I'm on a Z-Pack and steroids to kick the pneumonia that's piggybacking my COVID.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Dylan said, I will feel better, and my kidneys will say, "Fam, I'm out."
It's like you start feeling better, and you're like, man, I could just like get up and do things now. It's like I'm gonna do the dishes and clean the house, and because my daughters are sick as well. And my oldest has COVID. My youngest is sick, but doesn't have COVID. The home test says she doesn't have it yet. So, or yeah, I don't know about yet, but anyway, she doesn't have it at the moment. But got symptoms. Still not feeling hot. That's why Quin's over there, hiding in his hoodie.
Hi.
But yeah. Yeah, so yeah, those antibiotics and stuff start to kick in, and you're just like, all right, I feel like I've turned the corner. I can, get stuff done, and then you get busy, and then you forget, and then you're like, oh no, I'm not better yet.
I'm not better yet.
You're like, can't breathe, and yeah.
Yeah.
And there's only so much sleep you can get. And you're just like, okay, I'm done. Done sleeping. I can't do it anymore.
Yes. Well, yeah. Any other special notes?
Happy anniversary,
Oh,
Quin and Shay.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shay, Dylan said happy anniversary. She says thank you.
Yes, and happy birthday to my little sister Robin.
No.
I'm not going to say her age. But
Happy birthday. Shay also said that you should probably just get every COVID shot that they offer. Like all of them all at the same time. I don't know if you can. I don't think anyone can.
I might get like superpowers.
Yeah, right? See, that's what I was thinking. You get them all, then you collect them all, then you like have the Infinity Stone of COVID shots.
I'm saying they should like give out trading cards for that.
They really should.
Get my card punched, and then at the free I mean, what do I get when I get at the end? I don't know.
Ice cream? I don't know. I'll take that.
I don't know.
Yes. Okay. Well, if there's happy birthdays and anniversaries, it's that time. Y'all know what time it is. It's that time that if you haven't left now, this is your last chance because this is your spoiler alert. In this episode of The Broken Dead,
Which show is it?
we will be talking about The Walking Dead episode 18 and episode 19 of season 11. So if you haven't watched those, pause this, go watch both of those, and then come back. Unless you want to be spoiled. You have been warned. No one is warned.
I don't like being. I don't mind being spoiled every once in a while. I mean, it's kind of nice sometimes. Differently. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Different meaning of spoiled is the English language.
English is hard.
Yeah, no idea. All right, well. Season 11, episode 18. A New Deal. Carol makes a deal with Pamela to wipe the slate clean on behalf of her friend. Wow.
What was that there?
Don't worry about it.
Laugh who? I mean, I know they're saying, like, F-bombs online now. First, there it goes.
Get on the road. Hello?
Go ahead. I'm sorry, we froze up for a second. At least on my end.
Jerry. Okay. Aaron, Jerry, Lydia, and Elijah get on the road to Oceanside to fill them in on the plan while Commonwealth celebrates Founders Day. And then episode 19.
There a full year.
Been there a full year. Oh yeah, because they came that dang. Oof. Episode 19. Variant.
Hey, thanks for following.
Thank you for following. Eugene goes on the run, and Mercer is tasked to find him. Meanwhile, Aaron's group faces complications on the road. Yeah, that.
Poor AA Ron and his family out there.
Oh, AA Ron. So, episode 18, and I can't remember. Well, first, what did you think of the two episodes? You can rate them individually or together if you like.
I thought it was a good experience. They were good. So it's like the leading up to and right after the aftermath of Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
Played differently than in the comics, obviously, but I mean, still played some stuff with it. As expected, played it differently. I thought it was pretty good. Eat the rich, literally.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah. I would give the two episodes equally. A solid 8. Equally. Yeah.
I'm gonna give them a 9. I thought they were pretty good.
I thought they were good too. It's just
nice little combo episodes.
I'm concerned, but my concerns will come later. Ooh, concerns. So episode 8.
Also, by the way, we are covering the 2 episodes so we're caught up with online tonight on cable. Episode 18 aired, but if we're tracking with AMC Plus, episode 19 is where we're at. So we're getting caught up. That way we're not a week behind for everybody else online.
And
I don't know who still watches it like on TV.
I'm pretty sure there's still folks that do.
A lot of folks.
Because I mean, the app itself is like $8, so another $9 on top of like Netflix, Hulu, and everything else. unless you like combo it with another thing. So, but yeah,
there's some good stuff there. Like you get Shudder. It's spooky season right now. Like
yeah,
there's some
they
good
have
stuff in there.
Interview with a Vampire. That's also on there as well. But yeah, episode 18. So the intro of how the season premiere had the intro of Kills, kind of like a recap of these moments throughout the show. This one, I believe, was the one that was focused. It seemed like it was focused more on Daryl. Because
and the captions gave away that it is confirmed to be Judith saying these things.
So it is.
I mean,
future.
we assumed it was, but
yeah. So it's definitely Judith telling a story, but then us living the events. So it's all going to be this giant monologue probably at the end of the last episode. But that's the far future. It's like 6 weeks from now. Yeah. 8 weeks? 7 weeks? 6 weeks from now.
Dude, we are 3 episodes in already.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's rolling.
Maybe 5 weeks. I don't know. But yeah, it's time away. So, but
everybody
after that, we
time away.
We pick right back up where we left off with Daryl having Lance knife to his throat, and everybody's kind of
with a big old grin, like just a big old Joker grin.
Yeah,
like I feel like Lance is like every Batman villain just rolled up into one right now.
He really is. He super is. And he was like, I got the drop on you, you got the drop on me. We're all just standing here, but guess what? We still got more people and bullets. So go ahead, kill me. I don't care. It's fine. I don't care. And Daryl's like,
you don't know Daryl. Daryl's dude, don't give me a reason.
Yep.
I've got 20 already.
And then 35 seconds later, in comes Carol with everybody else and Mercer, and it's like, fam, what are y'all doing? Everybody need to calm down. And
he didn't care that Mercer and Pamela were there. He was like, oh hell no.
Yeah, no.
He's like, fuck this guy. Like literally, like drop the F-bomb right there.
Yep. And he was about to hand him over. He's like, I'm gonna take me something before I go. And so he stuck it right in his hand. Put one in his hand.
Yeah. Let me give you a hand, man.
Let me give you a hand. And then long to go away, Lance. That's what happened in there. Which was.
I hope it wasn't his Lance hand.
His Lance hand. Well, it was definitely.
Take that as you may. I'm sorry. I'm loopy, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be like the peanut gallery over here saying dumb shit the whole time he's actually trying to break down the episode.
Dylan is somehow those Muppet guy. Cannot think of their name.
Oh yeah, Oldorf and Windorf or something old white guy names.
I like Muppets Christmas Carol. I don't know why I said that. No one needed to know that, but I just like it.
I respect a man that likes the Muppets. I like the Muppets. I'm a big fan of the Muppets.
The Muppets are classic. I don't know what it is about them, but I just like them.
Yeah, they're the Muppets.
Muppets.
Don't give me those knockoff Muppets. I want the Muppets.
There was that one.
Cue my ass. Sorry. Sorry.
What else happened? Oh yeah. So after that, everybody calms down. Everybody's kind of cool about everything. Daryl is with Judith and RJ. RJ is reading a
Invincible comic book.
Comic. There we go.
Yes, he is. I was like, product placement. Very nice.
I was like, I see you. Yes. And then in this episode, I really...
Which is interesting because AMC has zero rights to Invincible, and they're doing all that on Amazon, right? On Amazon Prime. And they are also kind of like at odds with Robert Kirkman right now, like over money issues and stuff. So like they're in court with him, and that property is like with a whole nother network. So just to see that on there, you know, like the people of The Walking Dead are like, I got you. Like this is
like we're in the last season. I don't give a damn. See what happens. So yeah. The ball's on them.
If I'm not mistaken, at one point Glenn was reading an Invincible comic, like way back in the day, or like somebody was.
Back in Atlanta, I think he was. Yeah, back when he was like ball cap days.
Pizza Boy Glenn.
That was such a long time ago.
Got a nice little Glenn mention as well. But was that last episode or this episode?
It was the last episode.
Yeah, it was. Sorry, I'm mixed up because I watched The Talking Dead for this past week online, and it was last week's. But I watched it after I watched the 2 episodes that we're breaking down tonight. So I don't know why I did that to myself.
Enjoy it. I mean, they always have good conversations on there.
Yeah. Oh, one cool thing that we did miss last week, they had a Freddy Walker. Freddy Krueger Walker. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they break down those the unique walkers. Interesting. That's cool. So Judith in this episode was, once again, grown man Judith. We had
rebel teenager Judith, man. Like,
rebel.
Getting sassy.
She was getting real sassy. But then, when push came to shove, when stuff started to hit the fan, she was like, "Give me my gun, Daryl. Stop playing around. We know it."
She's like, "I gotta be a grown up."
I thought I got to be a teenager, but now I have to be a grown man again. I swear. But yeah, it was. It felt good to see that again.
Having to learn grown up lessons. Like sometimes life just don't quit. You don't quit coming at you. You just
even
keep
if you
rolling,
just
man.
want to, even if you just want to sit down, enjoy the sunshine, and sip on some lemonade. Life says, "Nah, here's a tree branch falling on your porch." Like it.
While you're on the porch.
While you're on the porch.
Yeah, into your lemonade.
Yeah. Now you have treeonade. Ooh. That's okay. Yeah.
More bark and less bite.
Dang it, that's a good one. But yeah, so that was enjoyable to see. If you have anything on that part of it where Daryl was kind of trying to give those life lessons to Judith as he's packing everything up to get them.
It was I really enjoyed seeing Daryl's progression. Like at that point where he is, like talking to Carol and he's just like, "I ain't good at this, man," and he's like, and he sits down and he's like so real with Judith and he's just like, "Look, I'm not good at this, but I'm trying really hard." And he's such a different person than when we first started, where like at the beginning he'd just be like, "Screw them kids, man." and like gone so hard.
Yeah, and his little vignette at the beginning of the episode like really like jogged the memory on a lot of stuff. Like this is the same dude who like said, "Peace out, y'all. I'm gonna go collect some ears."
Right.
And he was out there. Yeah. So, but like
it's like
out of
man,
yeah, I think out of everybody that is left alive, Daryl has had the most growth, and a lot of it is because he kind of didn't have a choice but to either do that or get left behind. Because there were everything that happened with him and Merle, everything that happened with Oh my God, what is her name? Leah?
You're talking about the woman that Maggie just killed? Or no,
Yep.
he just had to kill because she was trying to kill Maggie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Everything happened with Leah.
Basically, the one they just had to prove, like, okay, fandom, Daryl's not gay, okay?
Daryl's not
He's
gay.
into women. Look, we'll give him a girlfriend, finally, because he rebuffed Carol. He was, like, kind of like into, not into Carol there for a little bit, almost.
Yeah. They never pulled the trigger on that.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the greatest tragedies of The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
They never
they
pulled
teased
the
it.
trigger.
They teased it really hard. She's like, "Want to go make out?" And he's like, "Nah."
Nah.
So like I couldn't tell if they had previously, or if it was like a playful banter thing, and they're just like brother sister, you know what I mean? And that's why he was just like, "Nah, this is weird," you know. And even Beth, like there for a little bit with Beth, and it was just like
it was a lot of
younger chicks, and
a lot of like odd relationships and times that were thing. It was never the right time for any of it. I feel like, and so it just ended up, just kind of falling out. Him blaming himself for Glenn for the longest time, still kind of, and various things like that. So to see where Daryl is now, it is quite the treat. It's very nice.
Yeah, it really is nice to, because I remember when Rick left the show, like, I was one of those people who was like, man, I love Daryl, but I don't know if he's, like, leadership material. I don't know if he's the guy to step up,
Yeah.
To throw, I don't know if you're the guy to throw your body on a grenade or whatever Captain America said.
Yeah.
Speaking of, did you notice they had Captain Commonwealth, the wrestler?
Oh yes, I did. So that was
nice.
The Founders Day when I watched, because it's been a week now, so it's not as fresh it is on my mind as it is yours. But I was like, oh, wrestling in Milwaukee. I'm happy wrestling survived the apocalypse. Really am.
I thought it was perfect because the theatricality and the, like, because there's still a lot of people that don't know that wrestling is fake, I assume. But
I mean
it's fake-ish. I mean, it's
if you're a little kid, you don't understand that it's like not
staged.
Essentially, staged. But and even sometimes it's still not. I can give you an instance that happened like last week. But it's even still, if you
it's reality TV. It's
reality,
it's scripted.
But if
it's the original reality TV, but pretty much.
Low key, yes. But it also, if you do mess up, you can hurt yourself and or die, or die.
Oh yeah, very much.
So, but it's still that's a whole different subject, because that's a rabbit hole. That's a very large rabbit hole. But yeah. So
Captain Commonwealth is their
champion, which is odd. I'm like, all right. And then they had them. All of that felt very weird to me, because it felt like, and I'm closing my eyes because his light's a little too bright, but I know I am dark. But it felt weird.
You can turn it down if you want to a little bit.
I might. Okay, that should be fine.
I still see you again.
Okay, Pamela is. It felt like she was forcing it, and later in the next episode, it does, kind of confirm that a bit for me. But she was forcing it. Sebastian definitely, because he's just Sebastian. And I believe, and even right before he got up there to like do the speech, he was, reluctant to that whole thing, but he kind of had of like, you know what? Mom needs me to do this, so I'm going to do it right. Like the words that Max spoke to him, like, are you just going to be up here and be a spoiled brat? Or is you going to be, actually do something?
Yeah.
And
which, to me, that interaction was kind of odd because it was like she was like challenging him to be better, but then when he kind of stepped up, she was like, "Psych, hit play." You know what I mean? Like you had your chance. Like I don't know.
You had your chance long ago. Your time is done. I think her, and this is grain of salt. I don't think that she was actually doing this. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like that conversation has been had with him so many times that I don't know, too little, too late. But it actually did seem that he might have actually kind of was accepting the reality of the role, you know what I mean, and just realizing, you know what, I'm not going to get this simply because of who I am. I need to earn this, you know.
Yep. And especially after this like colossal mess up of, because I think this is probably the first time where it like has gotten to this level of like a problem. Mm-hmm. Typically, it might be a little something, and it just kind of a blow over after a few days, or you had Lance to like make it disappear. But this is the first time like it was in his face. It was his problem. It was his mom's problem. It was his problem that his mom had to deal with. So therefore, he was his mother's problem. And he didn't want that. And she played him like a fiddle. I feel like she set him up to make sure he would be there to get the biggest bang for her buck with the recorder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And man, boy did he just start like just saying everything that needed to be said. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, F this place, it's such a joke. And it's just like, wow, dude. Like just played right into it.
The lottery is a freaking sham. My mother handpicks the lottery winner.
Yeah, I was just like, man, he's really like laying on the information here thick.
Yep. I'm like, golly, you are. Good goodness. Good thing Facebook has like been destroyed.
Yeah. I was just saying,
but
Max really picked the perfect conversation to record. It's good timing there.
It was. And I was like, he's gonna hear that click. I know he gonna hear it. Yeah, he's not gonna hear that click. But yeah, I guess he was just so enthralled with his own Sebastianness.
Mm-hmm.
That Sebastian. That none of it like registered, and he just played like a fiddle. Which then
never expected it from her.
No, it's always the quiet one. Which then leads us into the big old finale of episode 18. Which you had all these moving parts of like Daryl, Carol, everybody else trying to pack up and starting to get ready to leave because they had the plan of like, we need to get out. There was one thing I forgot to mention, and that is Aaron, Jerry, and Lydia and Elijah heading to heading to Oceanside with supplies and check in on them because
actually mentioning and caring that they're there.
Yep. To see, where they at, because the homie's like, we might be going to war, so we need to, call all the banners.
Call your banner men. Banner women.
Call your banner women. And what's his face? Dang, what's his name? His name isn't Max.
Oh yeah, Dan or something.
Ooh, it's been a while.
Dude from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Fantastic Beasts.
He's
Dan Fogler. That's his real name. That's right.
That's his real name, yes. But yeah, so they go on their way, and we'll get to them in a minute. But like, back to the Commonwealth Founders Day, recording gets played. Everybody's like, what? But earlier that day, what no one really realized was Lance has his, apocalypse spies, spycalypses. His spycalypses?
Yeah, his secret police.
Yeah. Going through, and what did they steal something? They ended up killing all those folks, but I forgot if they stole something or not. Because they didn't free Lance because he's still captured.
Yeah, from what I remember, they just kind of like, like so, typically, just like 3-point stance,
Yep.
and as they're
Motor.
talking about the lottery.
Oh yeah.
You want a different lottery, bitch.
But yeah, they ended up killing those 6 to 9 people. I didn't count. And then, right at the same time that the recording's getting played, here comes the zombies in the jumpsuit.
On repeat, even though it's a cassette.
Even though it's a cassette. That apocalypse technology, I tell you what.
Right, yeah.
The zompsuits, I cannot talk. The jump walkers, the walk jumpers, they're walkers in jumpsuits.
Okay. I see what you're trying to do now. Okay. Yeah.
And they come, shuffling
the walk
out.
suit, the jumpsuit mafia.
The jumpsuit mafia comes stumbling out, all fresh dead fashion, which comparatively to like a walker that's like outside the walls to like these guys, yeah, I forgot how fresh they used to look.
Yeah, and also like how long it takes them to turn is like so like, whoa, what does the plot need? You know what I mean? Because
hour and a half?
freaking
Okay.
Yeah, like freaking Sebastian, it seemed like he was like a whole day when she's just like, having wine and, making up for lost time with her son.
Yep.
Going all governor on him.
But yeah, they stumble into the crowd. They start launching on a few folks. Sebastian's like, Max, come here. It's time for punishment. Max is like, nope, I'm leaving. And then she runs into Eugene. Eugene's like, oh snap, we gotta go. Sebastian's like, oh snap, I'm gonna kill y'all. And he's like, I see the perfect opportunity. I'm gonna throw you into this zombie.
Dude could literally run through the crowd screaming, I'm gonna kill you. And
nobody.
And Pamela would just be like, oh, he just had a bad day, people. And they're like, okay.
Sebastian, honey, did you have your juice? You know you need to have your juice in the morning. Get him some juice, please. He gets so upset. But yeah, his plan turned sideways on him because he got tossed into a zombie, and there goes Sebastian.
Yeah, and I was really surprised to see that he didn't kill anybody. Because we've been guessing for a long time since he showed up, like who's going to be the one? Because in the comic it was Rick.
Yep.
Which I feel was a big mistake, to be honest, like personally.
I mean,
Rick off, but
if you want to end your
so
thing,
unceremoniously, but
yeah.
But it was satisfying to see, the rich get eaten, literally.
Yeah. It was. It was like, dang. I didn't think that was going to happen. Oh, it's really hitting the fan. I have no idea what's going to happen now. Oh, no.
And I thought for sure it was going to be Eugene, that he was going to throw or even Max at that moment, that he was going to get her.
Yeah, I thought it was too. It was something else. It really was.
Yeah. Because I was like, I guess she's just B character enough to get knocked off in the last episodes.
Yeah. There was one thing I did forget to mention about this part of the episode, or episode 18, and that was the conversation between Ezekiel and Carol.
Where he's staying.
Yep. He decided that he is gonna stay a zookeeper, which is very poignant to what happens in episode 19 with Jerry, but we're about to get.
Yeah.
So
Carol was not happy either. She was not happy to hear that.
She's like, bro, you don't stay here. They're going to end up just using you as an example. Just come on, dude, leave. And he like, no, I like my rabbit. And I have a goat.
I live a peaceful life. This is all I ever wanted.
Yeah, I mean, if I happen to find a tiger, I'll be terrified at first because it's a tiger. But I'll have a tiger again. So, but yeah,
What? Oh shoot! All I can hear in my head now is "All I Ever Wanted," the Prince of Egypt.
oh, yes. These are a few of my favorite things. I'm really happy. That song has not played at any point in time of the show. Um, but yeah,
We did
so
get Motorhead though, so
we did get Motorhead. Episode. Did you have anything else over episode 18?
I cannot think of anything.
Okay.
Just same old, and then yeah, or not. I don't know why I said same old, but
Well, I mean, crazy stuff happened. It hit the fan.
yeah, I mean it's the same old for them, right?
Yeah.
It's like they're just like, knew it.
Community falls. We live. It's fine. Just another Thursday. Yeah,
RJ being a background. I mean, that kid is such a wallflower. He might as well just be a wallpaper at this point. He looks out from behind the wallpaper comic, and he's just like, I don't know.
She's somewhere. Did you know this dude has superpowers? This is insane. I can tell you what. It's so violent. It's so violent.
I know, right?
That?
Why is that kid reading that comic? Yeah, I mean, he does live in there. He's seen some shit, though. We didn't even know if he was real for a while. So.
For a while. He up there. He's talking to the fourth wall, all his lines. Like, yeah, the folks who are watching right now still possibly don't think I'm real, and now I'm a hallucination of you, which doesn't make sense to me, but it's fine. But once again, I don't know where Judith is.
He was not going to budge either. Daryl was just like, okay.
Dang, yeah, he wasn't. So the intro monologue thing, the vignette of episode 19, was Eugene focused.
Mm-hmm.
Because this was
so good, man.
Yeah.
So good. Except, they stopped, when he was, still with Negan. So, they haven't shown his... I don't know. They just didn't show anything new.
His blow up.
Yeah, exactly. He's been through a lot since Negan.
Yeah, I think, I think it was the, show of where he was, and that was, when he was the worst version of Eugene. Up to the point of Negan, because after that was rock bottom, and it was just uphill from there.
Yeah.
So Eugene, it picks up right where it left off. Eugene, Max run through the crowd. They get separated. Sebastian just got eaten. Eugene then is like, Max, where you go? Screaming, touches lady with the same dress. It's like, oh, I thought you were somebody else. She immediately is like, you're the one who killed Sebastian. He's like, no.
Right? It's like, if you saw anything, you saw that it was just dude, he didn't go down there and kill him. He just knocked the walker down.
He's like, shit. He's like, gentle shove and goodbye.
Yeah, they weren't even in the same area. That thing just stumbled and fell on him.
Yep, basically. And then he's up there still doing no, and Daryl's like, "Come on, we need to get out of here," and takes him and throws him into a building, and they hide out while Max is nowhere to be seen for.
I know, Daryl's such a heroic character. He's ducking down in the bakery while everybody's running around.
No one will ever find us here. Ding ding! I'm here to pick up my cake.
The same guy, Eugene, later on is like, Am I a coward? Daryl's like, no. No, you know. No, what's that? Nah, I'm just teasing. So that's what that's what was required in the moment, obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, we definitely get to see more like later on of Eugene coming to grips of like who he is now as a person, everything that he's gone through, and he even brings up, that moment back when I was, I don't want to be that same guy. I feel like I've come a long way, and then he asked that question of, are people born brave or do they become brave? And Daryl's up there, twists his knife, sheaths them, looks at him dead in the eyes, both, and then walks away.
Mm-hmm. But before that, the other question: are you gonna get out of my way? Am I gonna have to make you?
he looked Eugene up and down. He did his best not to laugh.
Really, bro? Really? We gonna do this? Like, I thought he was not gonna just give Eugene the satisfaction, because people like Rosita are constantly reassuring him, oh no, you're a good guy, and all this stuff. But he just kind of always needs it, because it's always struggle. But Daryl gets it. He's been there, and he's just like, suck it up, bro.
Yeah. Like, you fine, dog. Come on, get up.
It's like, you want by? Okay, you serious? All right, let's go on then. Go on. Oh, you're not going to stop me? Nope.
No. I'm a coward. No. You're smart. Yeah. But at the end of the day, he still turns himself in.
Mm-hmm.
Which is... the next episode's gonna be a whole deal with Eugene, but on the other side,
luckily though, he's making such a big stand for Max. Luckily, she is doing the same for him and not selling him out on the other side, because that would be horrible.
Also, yes,
be all for nothing.
He
in the apocalypse. I mean, apocalypse or no. You just never know what other people are going to do. Whether you're all in or they seem all in or not,
Yep.
Times have a way of testing folks.
Super, yeah. So yeah, Max wasn't in the episode a lot, but she was definitely in the episode. So Max up there was hiding out for a while, then she finally got caught. Brought in to her brother. Her brother's like, yeah, you see what's on that paper right there? I need you to read that word for word. She's like, I didn't do this. I'm trying to make a change here. I see this place needs to change. I've been sitting on the sidelines for too long. And he you can see the conflicted look on his face. Like, I need you just to shut up and read that so we can be okay. Like, take the pardon, Max. You got to get out of jail free card.
Mm-hmm.
And she's
what you got to do to get it, though.
Yeah.
It's basically just like throw herself under the bus. And it's like, oh, I just didn't take my medication. It's really? Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's
it's just like she just really has to go publicly and admit she's a giant pawn.
Steep hill they are asking folks to climb, and the giant hill they're asking them to swallow for that. And I'm like, oh.
Mercer just get to it. Let's do it.
Well, come on. Let's get back to peace.
Mm-hmm. He's like, status quo all the way.
Yep. Where Mercer has definitely, this entire episode was conflicted. As you saw in the season premiere, the part 3 premiere, you didn't really see too much in episode 18. You didn't see it too much episode 18, but in this episode you saw it a lot more, and it's heading towards a point of an ultimatum has to be made. It's going to be given, and then
because even he even took Rosita aside, was like, you need out, I got you, I'm there for you, I got you, fam. Went out of his way to make her go on the job with him on her day off, so that he could get a moment alone and let her know where he stands. And then two episodes later, he's like, do you agree? In the interrogation room. Like,
you're like, oh, you don't know me correct? Now? That's how we doing this? You don't know me? Oh, I see how it is.
Basically.
Yeah. She was very upset with Mercer. It was and you could tell he was like, God, can you just stop? Look, we can make this real quick. I know you didn't have nothing to do with it. I just got to do my job. I got to make it look like it. Look, it's fine.
Once Sebastian was out of the way, he was like, okay, well, maybe we can, Lance is out of the way, Sebastian's out of the way, maybe we can just fix things, and, pretend that,
and everybody's okay.
It's just one guy that I don't know too well, you know.
My sister dig him, but that's fine. It's my sister's boyfriend. He can die.
He's just some white dude. Just showed
up. White dude. Because and like everybody of like he
says big words for no reason.
I don't know. He calls the thing a rat tail, but it's not. It's like a ponytail now. I don't know why he keeps calling it a rat tail. It's weird.
His Texas tie. What's going on with that?
It's the apocalypse. Who wears a bolo tie? But yeah, everybody, they made the whole decree that, all those from the newest community, not inductees, I guess, Hilltop, Alexandria, Riverbend, all needed to, show up. You report for questioning.
Man, that whole community just they shift from throwing one person under the bus to the next so fast. So fast. They're just like, we're not standing for this anymore. And then it's like, oh, well, this guy did wrong. Oh, it's that guy. Okay, let's get him. Yep. And then it's like, oh, the guy that we were wanting to hang the other day and rioting. Oh yeah, we're read us our speech. And oh, what? No, he's corrupt? Oh no, we didn't know that. It's like, oh wait, no, oh, not him again. It's those. Okay, cool. Those people. Yeah, I got you. It's like it's just, people just flip flop. They just going with it.
Sorry, guys, I was out sick yesterday. Who were yelling at? Mercer? Okay. Down with Mercer. Down. Every day.
Yeah. I mean, Lance nailed it. He was just like, you know what? These people were wanting to feed him to the wolves, and Pamela just got them eaten out of her hand the very next day.
Yep. And who Pamela? Pamela said, I'm finna go full dictator. That's what I'm about to do.
The Pam-tater.
The Pam-tater.
What is it? That sounds like Eugene would have named her.
She's being a complete Pam-tater now. I'm sorry. I could not take her seriously. But yeah, she full on got Sebastian on the table, strapped down, fixing his hair, rubbing his cheek, cleaning the blood off of him, just sitting there waiting. And
saying all the things she should have said.
Yep. And just being being very remorseful. And then the moment he turns, I thought she was gonna be to shun him. And then because he turns to the guard and take care of this. So I'm thinking Sebastian just got one put in his head and that was it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's like that's the way I read it, was she just realized, oh, wait a minute, that's not my son.
Yeah.
But no.
So then later in the episode, she goes to visit Lance.
Oh, you mean take care of that? You meant put him on a leash and pull him behind us? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Later in the episode, she goes to visit Lance, and they have a very Dylan, what the fuck was that? All right.
Are you talking about Eugene and Lance? Is that action?
Pamela and Lance.
Yeah, where she's like reaching in his pocket,
Yeah,
like getting
I'm
down
like,
low and rubbing
yeah.
his face. I was like, what is going on?
I'm like, what is happening?
This show has turned a corner. It's like, yeah, when she started reaching in his pocket, I was like,
I'm like,
what
fam,
the
what is
hell?
going on? What's happening right now?
And then she pulled out the coin, and I was like, oh, whew, okay. I was like, damn, like Pamela. That's how she got to the top, I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Sebastian was not the only one calling her mommy, apparently.
Oh.
Like, because that was such an odd exchange. So that's the only thing I could like deduct it to is, yeah, Lance was just a toy at a point in time. And I was like,
they're about to see. Like, I feel like they poked the bear, and she was fine with like hiding behind other people, and letting people call her out and letting them be corrupt or whatever, and just like, oh my gosh, how dare they? Oh yeah, this is the real deal, But now there's nobody to hide behind, nobody to get their hands dirty for her, so she's like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah. And the thing is, they showed us this.
She went full Game of Thrones on him.
She really did.
Like at the beginning of the episode, where she was like, "Oh, you think you're a player in this, but you're not."
No.
And I was like, "This is Game of Thrones now."
Yep.
And then when she started like reaching in his pants, I was like, "This is absolutely Game of Thrones."
They showed us like this side of Pamela already. Like back when she was having a conversation with Maggie, and her and Maggie, because they were trying to like make those parallels of like, they may have come from different worlds, but these two women at this moment are essentially the same coin, just opposite sides.
Yeah, she's out there, shooting zombies and showing out.
Yeah. So I mean,
making like loaded statements while she shoots like a shotgun.
Yeah. Being very heavy-handed with it. But yeah, and so I feel like now, like you said, they poked the bear, and she's full on gone. Cersei Lannister got the haircut to match. But damn, yeah. Yep.
I didn't think about that. Like, yeah, she's about to blow up the keep, is what she's about to do.
She really is.
With the with the swarm coming in.
Yep. Oh yeah. There's like I said, there's a lot of moving.
This is her legacy, and ain't nothing left. She got nothing left to lose. She going down with the ship. She said, if I can't have it, nobody else can have it. Bet.
So peace. What's peace? And then strokes her non-beard. Oh.
Just let her get in the right lighting, and you can see all those little hairs on her face.
But yeah, she played the game with Lance. Lance won the game, so now he gets to feed Sebastian and feed him his people. Because she knows. Because like the thing, like she ended up like knowing. She knows that all at the end of the day, it's actually Lance's fault. It's his people who killed those folks that then led to the whole thing with Sebastian. But she doesn't want it to come out that like everything is corrupt. There's been a lot of like underdigging. There's a secret police and all this stuff. She wants it to be like
and she rooted out his secret police too. She's like, oh, you got a secret police? That's cute. I've got an entire army.
I got an actual army. Lance, you need to calm down. But yeah, and so it seems like that is also kind of the end of his alliance with Pamela and everything that he has to do with Commonwealth. Because where else? How can he get back in her good graces from here? I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're done seeing him. I think there's going to be more Lance to come. Even though that would be satisfying to see, just like that, that clownfish, go out like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the end of it, because I also think they're teasing something greater with outside alliances. Like you teased last week when we were talking about how, like fear and all that doesn't really match up, but you were like, well, because he said something like to the effect of, without me, some of these other alliances will fall apart. And she was like, and that's when she was like, oh, you think you're a player, but you're not. And she's about to like, all right, she's about to get up, get up off her throne and stand up, and start making some phone calls, and the CRM and all these other communities out there. And she's about to say, remember who we are.
We are heading to all-out war.
Mm-hmm.
Like actual war. I guess you can't really call it World War III. Can't really call it Civil War. Apocalypse War? I don't know. It's whatever. Probably one of the first major wars in the
New
Apocalypse
England
era.
The New England Communities War. I don't
The
know.
Northeastern War? Not really the New England War. That works.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But
just flew in from Boston. Show me what I shoot.
Show me what we are the Georgians. That's not how you sound, though.
Do your Scarlett O'Hara accent?
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna.
It gets so thick, and then it stays there for a while. What was I about to say?
Show up. It's actually Leo DiCaprio shows up. I heard y'all had some zombies to fight. Got
Everybody
some walkers up in here.
Everybody has a fan for some reason.
Right.
What was I about to say?
I want to see that, the converging of like all the states with. It's like Anchorman, where they just like all show up in different groups. It's like, Brick, you. What was that? He's like Poseidon's fork.
Oh yeah. Where'd you get that?
Brick, you had a trident. Where'd you get that? Ah.
Oh wow. It screams and just runs in. Yep. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I want to see that. Like if they end up doing the comedy version, like please let me like in that writer's room. Oh my god, it would be so fun. Just to poke fun and like Robot Chicken all 11 seasons. That'd be great.
That'd be hilarious. Michelle ends up showing up with a lightsaber.
Right?
Yeah. So yes. Last thing. Because Pamela's going to end up becoming, if not, well, they don't have enough time to set anything else up for as far as villains wise. So she is the BBEG, the big bad evil girl. Gal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And even though she is calling in her favors and setting things in order, she thinks she's got Mercer, in a situation. It's like, look, because she's basically using the same deal that Carol laid before her on Mercer. It's like, look, somebody's got to go to the fall, and you don't want it to be your sister. Let's throw this Eugene guy. So she points for adaptation. But Mercer has gotten a talking to from Max, Rosita, and now Princess. And
once the Princess hit,
bruh, it hit hard. Like you could tell that man was about to cry.
Yep.
And that dude, like, Paola, shoot, I can't remember her last name. That plays Princess, like, like great. Like that scene, man. That was a great scene.
It was. It was.
That wig needs work, but that was a great scene.
That wig needs work. But yeah, it hit. Mercer was like, "Yep, I think I'm gonna go cry in a corner." And you could even tell because that scene happened before Eugene turned himself in. Because when Eugene turned himself in, he was like saying the things he was supposed to say, but you could see on like when he turned his head to the side, like the look on his face, he was like, "Oh damn, oh damn." He's gonna actually die. And then Eugene's like, "I did this alone. I killed him. Yeah, he was a butthole. I hit him in the nose too." So he was like, "He did all this for my sister. Crap, I can't let this dude just die."
Right.
So, yeah, now Mercer's at the he's at the point where it's an ultimatum.
Yeah, Mercy's gonna have to show mercy.
Yeah. But the last thing that we haven't talked about, which is I feel like the biggest thing that
hold on before we move on to that, I think I know what you're moving toward, like the variant, the title, the namesake of the title. Or are you still talking about Pamela?
Oh yeah. No, the namesake of the title.
Okay, so Pamela, like you said, we're about to see all-out war. Things are crumbling from the inside. We've got a swarm coming. Just to set up where we're at, she's gonna have to call in another community, and it's gonna be possibly bringing in fear and some of these other things. Okay.
Yep.
Just all right, Daryl. What you doing over there?
I had a thing under my nail and I couldn't get it. I've been picking at it the whole time, so I had to get it out finally. But yeah.
So okay. So we've got I know we've got the CRM. All right. So that's what I'm trying to think from the new community. What was it? The new show.
Monument? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got the Monument. We got the C. We assume is Commonwealth, and then
RM. Well, M is Monument. R is it's something militia. I forgot the name of it.
The British lady with the helicopter.
Yeah, her. Who Jada worked with or works.
Right. Yeah. So that is going to also potentially bring Rick back onto The Walking Dead before the last episode.
Yep.
Which could because I feel like they're going to have to do all these tie-ins to set up their spinoffs. Of course, we got the Daryl spinoff coming. They're in pre-production in France right now, and he mentioned castles and stuff. So I don't know. He said it's completely different. I don't know what's going on with that. Like what direction they're going with that. Like why are they filming in France instead of just like we thought it was going to be like a on the road show.
Yeah.
And they changed the name from Isle of the Dead to Dead City with for Maggie and Negan spinoff. Ooh. And we've got some images at New York Comic Con this weekend for that. So I mean, their plot armor is on, and we're good for them. No new scars that I could tell, or anything like that. No missing limbs or limps.
Nothing new yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think that's it. Of course, the Rick Michonne miniseries that's coming, they've got to set that up.
Yeah, which means Michonne might be coming back. Her and the convoy. I don't know if they ever got a name, but they could. All it takes is get within range. Somebody has their radio on, and then she radios in. All that good jazz. Or she shows up at Alexandria and be like, "What is this? And why does it look like Darth Sidious rolled up in here and said, "This is my territory now." And why?
The First Order flags hanging off.
So, but yeah, we there's definitely some folks. I feel like Rick and Michonne. I feel like they're going to come back to help bolster the army of the rebellion, basically at this point. So, but yeah, to the final thing, the final thing. Variant. So for the first time in The Walking Dead, this version of it, we got ourselves a weird one.
My variant hat on. Low-key, but yeah. Anyways, now there's a variant. Finally, yeah. How long have we talked? How many years have we talked about? Oh, they really they need a new strain of virus in The Walking Dead. Like they need to supercharge it. They need to change it up.
Oh, I think
let it go to animals or something. Like they need to do something different. You know, it's getting stale. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll wait till the last few episodes of the final season to do something cool.
And real talk, I think. Why'd I say that? Oof. I'd want to go punch 2010 me in the face.
What, real talk?
Yeah. and like, honestly, I think all of that is Angela Kang's doing. I really do. Because for the longest time, this version of the show, has been, you know, it's been super grounded. It was just like, if a zombie apocalypse happened, this is probably what it would look like. Besides the fact that, you know, the word zombie doesn't exist in their universe.
Right. And just every other word that you can think
of. So, but, you know, it was always very grounded. Like the zombies, walkers didn't do anything too crazy, but they did stuff. And
roamers and lurkers, that was about it.
Yeah. And I got, you know, because my only, and I'm excited and terrified by it, mostly terrified. The only issue I would have with it is it does get to a certain point to where, like the zombies, walkers, whatever you want to call them right now, do so much before it starts getting too sci-fi, if that makes any sense.
Excuse
me. I don't want it to turn into Resident Evil.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. We're getting into like World War Z or Resident Evil territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you start getting into like weird mutations and stuff, like you skirting Resident Evil. But I feel like you can do a variant of different. I honestly think I agree 100% that this is probably Angela Kang trying to push the series forward and finally get out from under Gimple being the showrunner and his way of doing things. You know, that transition where there just wasn't really time for her to come into her own. However, she is the showrunner on Dead City. So, that's, I feel like this is where we're going to start looking at very different types of walkers.
Yep. Because
and we're going to go full horror.
Yep.
Because I tell you, like that scene of like them, of Aaron and Jerry and Lydia and Elijah all together in that room where they're like turning the knob, that played so well. Just that little doorknob.
Yep.
And it was like Night of the Living Dead all over again. It was just like, it was terrifying. It was like, oh my God, are they actually going to make it? How are they going to get out of this? Da, da, da.
Yep.
Of course, then they did the whole thing where they're like, oh, blink and it's morning and they're all dead. You don't see how they did it, but you know.
So yeah, you know,
Aaron they went all. They went. Oh damn it! They went Tallahassee on them.
They have. Zombieland, all that good stuff. But Aaron, at first, when it was happening, because they were hearing the sound, and like, yeah, we checked everything. Everything should be fine. And then, lo and behold, comes in like a sizable horde. And, you know, like you said, they ended up having to fall back. They got stuck.
Mm-hmm.
They climb up, and he was like, "Has to be whispers. That's the only possible thing."
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the one that like climbed up there, still over, and it picked up a rock. And I'm like, "Hold on, fam, you can use tools."
Mm-hmm.
And he was about to bust in Jerry's head.
Yeah, and he hit that thing, and it usually like they hit them, and they just kind of like deflect and bounce off or whatever. But he hit it, and it like came back at him like in an aggressive way.
Yep.
Like attacked him right back.
Yep. And it was like, "Nah, fam, you ain't. I can't talk, but you ain't gonna get me like this today."
Mm-hmm.
And then he got on top of it. He started wop, 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 wop. And then he was like, "Show me your face." And he pulled it off, and it was nothing but like fleshy flesh. And he was like, "Oh no,
Skeletor under there."
Yeah.
Like, no.
He was just like, "Die." He sat there the rest of the time where everybody else killed the rest of them. He was just like, "Everything's okay. That wasn't real. We were all having a mass hallucination. We ate mushrooms. It happened."
Yeah. And then he's all like, "Oh, I've heard tell of other ones that do other things." It's like, what? No, you can't just say that. It's like, bruh. Like, when was the last time Aaron was like on the road? You know what I mean? Like, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Had they like dropped that little nugget in with the whole Aaron Father Gabriel into the last season tack on episode.
Go ahead.
I'm saying, like, had they like kind of like given like a little tease or mention of dude, like the crazy dude, like, "Oh yeah, they don't just do this or whatever," then they'd be just like, that's dumb. That doesn't happen. And then and like, then call back to it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a huge part of new reveals effectiveness is the setup that should have taken place, or at least teased in some nonchalant way before. Go ahead. What you got?
I think it did, just not here.
Oh yeah.
I think it did.
On Fear.
Yep.
Fear don't count. Fear did a lot of weird shit.
So
Fear did a lot of weird shit. Like they. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to it. They're like the day Carl got shot in the eyeball.
Yeah.
They are covered in guts and everything, and kid starts whispering or mumbling, and the suckers go nuts and attack them. Right.
Yeah.
On Fear, almost from day one, they were like, a little blood.
Little blood.
Just get that zombie smell. Yeah, we good. And just kind of like, low key whispering throughout. It's like, I get the whispers, but they're like looking like other zombies, so it's different.
Yeah.
But just like a little splatter on you, and you gonna walk out amongst them, like that's different. Like, it's inconsistent. So I don't trust Fear.
I wouldn't either if they didn't start like doing what they did in this episode, because I feel like I saw a a trailer preview, whatever you want to call it, one of the episodes of the most recent seasons of Fear, and they were dealing with this exact thing. And if that is the case,
I just don't feel like I don't think that's fair to set something up in a spin-off show, and then pay it off in the prime show. Like a lot of people aren't watching your spin-off show, dude. Like, you've got to do it in the same story, like in the same universe, in the same world. I get it. It's the universe. But I'm saying, like, it's not like the MCU. They want it to be, but like the MCU has like a huge, like, reliable connectedness, right? I mean, like, you watch this character in this movie and they're the same throughout. You know what I mean? You know, it's just a continuation. It's one long, basically the same story. You know, all the same universe. Feels very connected. You watch Fear and you watch The Walking Dead, feel like completely different. Feels like a completely different show, like, world.
Yeah.
And, like, I get that you want to do something else and have a different tone for your show. And to a certain degree, that's fair, because, you know, you watch Captain America, it's not the same as Thor. But
no.
But I mean, there still has to be some consistency there, you know what I mean? Like, I don't buy that. And that's the hill I'm dying on. All right, shoot me down.
Okay. So I understand that, and that's super valid, and it's also very fair. But I know there are other properties that do stuff like this. So one example, we'll try. There's a couple in my head. We'll do Star Wars. This is the simplest one. Star Wars, they got all their stuff, and they have a lot of, like, the spin-off shows, the spin-off comics, and the story of Star Wars and everything. And unless they come out with, like, a new show like Kenobi or something, where there is this, like, base background history of something that already exists, like all the Inquisitors, and about the history of the Inquisitors and Grand Inquisitors, if you read the comics or if you watch Star Wars Rebels, that takes place at a different point in time. But, like, there's stuff in those that they like.
Following.
Huh?
Hey, Donnie Wild. I know who that is.
Oh.
Thanks for following.
Thanks for following. Then, like, it loops back around. Wants me to say. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, I don't know if she wants me to say who she is on.
Okay. But, all that loops back around into everything, but still not. In short, there are other properties that do the same thing, because even Star Wars and Star Trek are the two that come to mind. Like, the Star Trek shows, they're all within the same universe, but there are, like, major things that have been happening in these newer shows that you didn't realize actually affect the shows that came years before it. Of, like, that's the explanation behind it.
Like retconning things?
Like retconning things, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but those shows are no longer on the air. You know what I mean? It's like, like if those shows were still on the air, and they're retconning the show while it's still playing, that's different, I guess. But I don't know.
Yeah,
because it's like, I don't know, like reframing plots and stories. Like, I'm down with all that. That's cool, but I don't know. It's like rewriting the rules of the world and on a different show, and then the other show is not consistent. Doesn't feel right.
Because nobody watches. Nobody watches Fear. That's why. I mean, they keep making seasons, so somebody's watching it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. And they even got their Dead in the Water. Little spin-off.
That one I feel like would be cool. If I'm being honest, because we haven't really seen like they didn't stay in Los Angeles with Fear. They kind of went everywhere else around the country. Mm-hmm. It was, Dead Folks Greatest Hits U.S. edition. So we haven't really seen, like, one of these major cities like New York or Chicago or Los Angeles or Miami. We've seen Atlanta, but it was like after it happened.
Yeah, that's really all we've seen in The Walking Dead is Atlanta and DC.
DC. So, like New York, the city where all zombie apocalypses start. Curious
Of
what
course,
that looks
yeah.
like.
Ground Zero, maybe.
Yeah.
Because we still haven't gotten like an answer. Like even Fear, like the earlier seasons, they kind of teased when they like with the CRM, the guy was doing experiments like to see if they had any sorts of memories. You know.
Yeah.
So we still haven't gotten a confirmation on like if they're gonna reveal any kind of like hard origin story there.
Yep. Well, $10. Aliens come back. Michonne gets a lightsaber, goes up there. She has a little alien blob friend named Cuckoo, and they take them out.
That's just the best interpretation with our tongue, you know.
With our tongue. So, here comes a child. But yeah. I don't know if you have anything else. I think that's all I have.
I don't know, but the new walkers are. I feel like I'm super excited. I think it's awesome, but I wish they would have done it years ago. It feels like it's a little too late, you know.
I mean,
but they're using it to springboard everything else, so it's like, that's not fair. You know what I mean?
So, I mean,
it's like you got to put the horse down, and then like right before as you walk up to put the horse down because it's got a broken leg, you find out you still got to put it down, but suddenly it's a racehorse and this leg's fine. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Yeah. What is happening?
I mean, yeah. I think also with the whole thing of them saying that they're going to not make the this last season a near play-by-play of the comics like they have in the past. Even still, they didn't do it like in the past. They still twisted things and did things how they wanted to.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't. Yeah. It's like just to say that is like, oh, okay, what's different?
What's different? This one climbs. What do you mean it climbs? Just watch. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure there'll be more to come. We'll see more variants like these in later episodes. To be determined. Will we see them in the spinoffs? Oh yes, we definitely will.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if the way they're setting up Jerry, are we going to leave this with like King Jerry, and that's just how we end it with like all of our people we're leaving behind? Like we're just going to start over in this new place. You know, it's got walls, but it doesn't matter because they climb now. But I mean, they full on like broke Jerry's leg. It was bleeding. Yeah. And then like dude was a badass with a sword. Like they gave him like a really cool action moment where he was like came out and slicing folks up. So I mean, that was really satisfying. It's really good to see Jerry getting his due.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So, but I wonder if we're gonna see more of Jerry and other spinoffs, or surprise, Jerry gets a spinoff. You know what I mean? I don't know. So they've got a big finale shindig that they're putting on in LA for the finale, and they said they've got some surprises and announcements from there as well. So I'm kind of curious to see what else they've got up their sleeve. And I know it looks like you need to go, so I'm trying to wrap this up. But yeah, so I think the finale, because we're following the online schedule, our finale episode will be 1 week before they do this big shindig for the actual show with like Talking Dead and everything. So we might come back after that if they've got something, you know, that's just like groundbreaking or something. We'll see. We'll come back after that and talk about it, but we'll see.
That'll be the final.
Depends on how things go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, a friend of mine, director Jason Pitts, might be on the show for our finale to talk about the finale with us. Local director. The Jason Voorhees, Night of the Beast director, and done some projects and stuff with him. Cool guy. He's been watching this show since day one, so he's got a lot to say.
Day was he one. Yeah.
So,
okay.
I don't have anything else unless you do. Okay, good, because I'm starting to feel it, and I think my expiration date time is here as well.
All right.
If I can get my mouse. Work mouse.
Work mouse.
Hat was in the work. All right, so that's all we've got. Thank you guys for watching. Hope that you will join us live every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time-ish on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else you can find us. Please subscribe and click the little bell icon so you know when we drop new videos, when we go live, and all that fun stuff. And we will see you next time. Oh, don't forget to check out the website, www.broken.pictures.com. And we'll see you next time. I'm Dylan.
I'm Quin.
Peace.
Bye.